Welcome to the next match summary on our channel. We bring you the next match of the third round, losers bracket of the Forbidden Star World Championships 2023 edition between CommonClown, Egoist, and Wappe. You can see the full transcript of the match on Wappe channel. See the information in the description. The webcast is hosted for you by your virtual commentators Benton
and Nolan. The most important information to start with. The banned races in this match are Eldars and Tau. Wappe is the first player. He will play with Tyranids. Clown as the second player will be manning the Orks, and he is the only one who has a tile on which there is a planet with 3 resources. We're ready to get started.
The first tile from the Nids, with 2 planets. The first with 2 resource and cash token on which the objective token Gaunt and Bastion is placed. The second planet with 1 resource is left empty.
Clown lays his first map piece. A system with 2 planets. On the first with 1 material and cash token the Knobs land. On the second with 1 material and reinforcement token the Ork Boy lands. The Orks have a land bridge to the planet with their target.
Now Tyranids. Home system. On the planet Leviathan with support token we have a factory. On the second planet with material and cash token a Gaunt is placed. A hive ship and a devourer are flown into separate voids.
Orks home system. Site with reinforcement token and cash token. On each planet with asset tokens we have 1 Ork Boy. On the last planet we have the factory.
The last piece from Nids. Planet with 2 asset tokens, cash and reinforcement, is left empty. On the planet with 2 material tokens the Gaunt is landed.
Last Orks map tile is also laid. Tile with 3 material planet which is guarded by Ork Boy.
Time for warp storms. The Orks are cutting off the Bastion from possible reinforcements.
And the Tyranids secure the home system from early invasion.
We are starting to distribute order tokens. The first order from Wappe lands in his home system. He needs to strengthen the defense before the next round.
The order from the Orks goes to the lower left system with the noobs.
Wappe's next order again in his home system.
Now the Orks are placing an order in their home system.
And another Tyranids order again in home system.
Orks also are placing another order in their home system.
Nids next and final order again in home system.
And what we were waiting for when we saw the map's launch layout, the order from the Orks goes to the system with the Bastion of the Nids and the target of the Orks.
We are starting the operations phase. Wappe starts with strategize order. He buys Termagant Brood and drops Rain of Spores.
An interesting exchange. I would expect the Hormagant Brood to be dropped. But now Clown, dominate order in the system with noobs, takes a reinforcements token, and for the cash token, using the racial ability, buys an Ork Boy for the border planet straight away.
Domination is played also from Wappe. Reinforcements token and 2 cash tokens.
It begins. Advance order from Orks. Noobs and 2 Ork Boys attack a planet with Orks target. 6 dice to 3 dice. 4 shields and 2 morale to 1 shield and 2 morale. Not very offensive throws. Each side uses a reinforcement.
Clown plays Shooter Boys. He has to reroll all the shield dices. So has Wappe. 2 bolters and 2 shields, and in the Nids have 1 bolter. Wappe plays Genestealer hybrids. Clown loses bolter, Wappe gains bolter. 1 Ork Boy is routed. Nids reinforcements token is destroyed. The rest of the attack is absorbed by the Bastion.
Next cards. Slugger Boys from Orks. Players reroll the morale dice. It's getting tighter and tighter. Nids change morale to the shield and Orks change morale to the bolter. Now, Burrowing Organisms, a reinforcements token for Wappe. Ork Boy is unrouted. Reinforcements token from Nids is destroyed. The rest of the attack is again absorbed by the Bastion.
Last round. Mech Boys. Clown gains shield and bolter from card. Wappe plays again Burrowing Organisms. He gains a reinforcements token. After counting the damage, Wappe decides to annihilate Bastion to win the draw on morale. Orks forces must retreat.
Domination order from Wappe. Cash token, forge token, and reinforcements token.
Also domination order in Orks home system. They takes a reinforcements token, and for the cash token, using the racial ability, they buys an Ork Boy for the border planet straight away.
The latest Tyranids token. Deploy. Warrior. 2 Gaunts and City. All units land on a planet with a factory. The city on the other one.
Deploy order in Orks home system. Bastion and Ork Boy on a border planet. We gathering resources. 7 to 7.
Moving the Storm. Nids. Rise of the Faithful card. A card that will stay on Wappe's hand and allow him to build a free bastion. It cuts off the Orc forces from the system that was under attack in this round.
Clown only moved the Warp Storm right in the center of the map. Round 2. Clown is the first player now and put his order on the tile with mine.
Wappe put his first order on a tile with single Gaunt and Orc target. Possibly he will want to strengthen the planet's defenses or execute a non-blocking order.
Now Orks, order goes on the Tyranids' home system. They are preparing to attack and get their objective.
Wappe blocking of this order. It's going to be happening here.
Another order in the same system from Clown.
And another Tyranids order again in home system.
Clown adds another one of his own to the pile.
And the last order from Nids. That's right, you guessed it, to the top of the pile in their home system.
Orks begin. Order in the central upper system. Strategize. Shota Boys make way for Mega Knobs card. Clown buys also Orc Rock's order upgrade.
The Nids also place Strategize in the central lower system. Warrior Brooder Chosen and Hive Tyrant are dropped.
Once again Wappe. Deploy order in your home system. Warrior and Gaunt. Warrior lands on a planet with a factory and Gaunt on a planet with a city.
It begins because here the Orcs playing an advance order in the Tyranid home system. The 4 Orcs boys launch an assault on planet with the factory. 8 dice on each side. 5 bolters, 1 shield and 2 morale in the Orcs pool, and 5 bolters, 2 shields and 1 morale in the Nids pool. Both players add also 2 reinforcement tokens.
First cards on the table. Mega Knobs from Orks. Clown reroll 2 shields and get 2 bolters. Termagant Brood from Wappe. A good card in this situation. He gets reinforcements token, he then gets 5 temporary bolters for level 0 units. After the damage has been done, we are left with 1 Orc boy, 1 Gaunt, 1 Warrior and a routed Warrior. Then Wappe gets 5 temporary shields.
Further cards. Our boys, Clown reroll all the bolters, 4 of them turn into shields. Wappe need to reroll 1 bolter die, a shield. And now Warrior Brood from Nids, reroll morale and we get shield.
The final round of the battle. Slugga Boys. Reroll 2 morale. Orcs receive 2 bolters. Burrowing Organism from Wappe. Reinforcement token. Orcs loses on morale and must retreat the unit by legal way.
Domination played from Wappe. Reinforcements token and 2 cash tokens.
Orcs' order from home Tyranid system goes to the pile.
Deploy order. Wappe does not play it and places it in the event card pile.
Orcs dominate order also lands on the event pile. End of the round, collecting materials. 10-7 for the Orcs.
Clown takes More Boys tactic card. He gained 2 reinforcement tokens and move Warp Storm to right center of map.
Wappe opts for the Splinter Fleet, which allows him to add 1 Devourer to the Void with his Hive ship. Moves Warp Storm to the edge of the map.
Wappe put his first order on a tile with single Gaunt and Orc target. This time he will want to somehow safeguard against losing the target.
Yes, and Clown immediately adds his order there. He has a chance to get the objective.
Wappe put his next order on a tile with single Gaunt in the top right corner of the map.
Egoist put his order on a tile with mine.
Now Tyranids in home system.
Orcs will try to block this order.
Tyranids, again in their home system.
In Orcs, also in their home system. And we're starting.
Yes, here we go. Tyranids, top right tile of the map. Deploy. City. Cash token and 1 material are spent.
Orcs play the advance order in the central lower sector of the map. Knobs and Orc boy move on the lone Gaunt. 4 bolters versus 1 shield. Orcs add a reinforcement token. Ard boys card in play. They replace 2 bolters with shields and morale. Clown play Hormagant Brood. He gets a temporary shield and nothing happens.
If it hadn't been for the Ard boys, the fight would have been over. Now Slugga Boys morale reroll. Orcs gain bolter. Termagant Brood from Clown. Nids gain reinforcement token and 2 bolters. End of battle. Orcs occupy the planet.
Deploy order from Wappe in his home system. Cornifex lands on a planet with a factory.
Clown play strategize in a tile with mine. Ard boys fly off the deck and are replaced by Bike and Knobs.
Wappe plays Advance Order in a system in which he has just lost a fight with the Orks. Tyranids Devourer Transport Warrior at 2 Gaunts to fight with the Knobs and Ork Boy. 3 Nids Bolters 1 Shield and 1 Morale versus 3 Orks Bolters and 1 Shield. The Orks are adding Reinforcements token. It could be a tough fight for Wappe.
You're right, I don't know if Wappe will be able to retake the planet. Evidently the Reinforcements token have been saved for another tough fight, but the Hormagaunt Brood lands on the table. Wappe gets a temporary shield and destroys 1 Gaunt to get 3 temporary bolters. Clown plays Mega Knobs. Wappe reroll shield to bolter. Orks get a temporary shield. Orks remain on the planet.
Deploy order in Orks home system. 3 Ork Boy on a border planet. 1 on planet with factory.
And immediately another order from Clown. Advance in the Tyranid home system. All Ork units from their home system attack Nid's planet with factory. 5 Ork Boys versus Gaunt, Warrior and Carnifex. Orks 4 bolters, a shield and 3 morale. The Nids have 5 bolters, 2 shields and morale. Nids add a reinforcement token. Clown will want to switch that morale using the Slugger Boys, and Wappe knows it.
But he will also want to reroll the Nids bolters. That's why he starts with Biker's Knobs. 2 bolters turn into shields and morale. Wappe plays the Warrior Brood. Wappe kills reinforcement token to gain 2 temporary shields. He then reroll 2 morale, bolter and shield. He could use it. 1 Ork Boy is killed, the other is routed.
Now Clown plays the mentioned Slugger Boys. 3 morale swaps for shields and 2 bolters. Tyranids bring the Termagant Brood to the battlefield. They get reinforcement token and 2 temporary bolters. Clown loses another 2 Orks and Wappe routes the Warrior and gets a temporary shield.
Mega Knobs from Clown. Wappe must reroll all shields. 3 of them turn into bolters. Wappe bring another Termagant Brood to the battlefield. Gain reinforcement token and 3 temporary bolters. The Orks are wiped out. Carnifex and Warrior are left on the planet, both routed.
The final order is strategized from Tyranids. Wappe buys Crushing Claws, gives away Genstealer hybrids. What a round!
Indeed. The refresh phase. Wappe pulls out Brood Nests. He uses the card to move the Warp Storm, then, because he already has the Rise of the Faithful scheme, decides to keep a new card on hand. The Storm splits the lower Ork systems.
Orks pulls How We Gets Here card. Storm lands on edge of map. Using the cards, he throws 1 Ork Boy from the lower system into the system with a single Gaunt and an enemy city.
Next round. First order from Orks. In the upper right sector of the map.
Wappe put his order on a home system tile.
Clown. Order in his gold mine.
Wappe. He is putting the order into the Orks home system.
The Orks order lands in the central lower system.
Tyranids order, in turn, is thrown into the Orks home system.
Now the Orks have to think how and if they can defend the home system. They are the first player and have no units there, and this means practically a free path to take over planets for the Tyranids. In Orks, also in their home system.
The last order of Tyranids and the last in this phase counters the Orks home system.
The Orks fire up deploy in the system with a mine and build a city there.
Now Wappe decides to use Brood Nest scheme. 2 free Gaunts. 1 lands on a planet with a city in the upper left of the map. The other in the home system on the planet with the factory. It then reveals the Dominate order in the home system. It collects a cash token and 2 reinforcement tokens.
Clown. Upper right sector. Using an upgraded order, 2 Ork Boys attacks a planet with a city. 1 Bolter and 3 Shields versus Bolter and Shield. Wappe uses a 2 reinforcement tokens. Mega Knobs force a reroll of the shield dice. No result. Crushing Claws from Wappe without the use of skills.
Nothing happens, so we have another round, another card. Biker Knobs. Tyranids Bolter dice reroll. No result. Termagant Brood from Nids. 1 reinforcement and 5 temporary bolters. 1 Ork Boy is killed.
Shoot a Boys now from Clown. Everyone reroll the dice. Tyranids unchanged. Orks 3 bolters 1 shield. Burrowing Organism. Wappe gain reinforcement token. After counting the damage and morale, the clash is won by the Tyranids. The Ork has no way to retreat and dies. 2 Gaunts stay on the planet.
Orks home system. Advance order from Wappe. Warrior, Gaunt and Carnifex enter the planet with a bastion. Dice throw. 3 bolters, 4 shields and morale versus bolter and morale. Warrior Brood comes into play. Wappe reroll the bolters, and one lands as a shield. Shooter boys. Doesn't kill anyone, but it also doesn't protect the bastion that could be taken over by the Tyranids. The battle is over, with nothing left on the planet but a Wappe unit.
Orks dominate order ends up in the pile of event cards.
Another advance order from Wappe. Warrior and Cornifex go ahead and take over the factory. It doesn't look good for Clown.
Clown expected this and secured himself with the deploy order, which he has now fire in the middle lower system. He is building a factory there.
Strategize order in Orc system from Tyranids. Wappe decides to take the without number order upgrade. He also buys the winged horror card by dropping the Hormagaunt brood.
Time to move Warp Storm. Orks. Warboss card. Storm lands on the right edge of the map.
Infiltration organisms from Nids, which allows the purchase of a combat cart with a discount for each hive ship. Wappe states that in this case he does not need it and does not use this tactics card. Another storm lands on the top right edge of the map.
Now Wappe is the first player. His order lands in the Orks home system.
Clown throws the order into the Tyranid home system. He must try to score a second objective if he wants to win the match.
Indeed, Wappe blocks this order with his own.
Clown adds another order to this pile.
Another order to this pile from Wappe.
Orks put order in sector with factory.
Nids block this order.
The last order from the Orks lands again in the system with their factory.
We are beginning perhaps the final round. Tyranids dominate order in Orks X home system. They gain cash and reinforcement tokens.
Orks system with factory. Deploy order. They build 2 onslaught attack ships and 2 Orc boys on an empty planet.
In its home system, Wappe fires advanced order. From the neighboring upper system, he transfers Warrior, Gaunt and Cornifex back here, to a planet with city and Orcs target.
Orks dominate order in the Nids home system lands in the event card pile. It was probably played as a blocking order.
There is an exchange between the players, and as a result, Wappe wins the game by concession. Congratulations. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in future videos. From our virtual studio, they commented for you.
Nolan and
Binton. See you next time.